All right, let's dive right in. Today we are looking into the future of Etsy. We're going to break down the key trends that are seriously going to shape what success looks like in 2026, giving you a real roadmap to make your shop the one everyone's talking about.
And let's be real, this is the big question, isn't it? When you're swimming in a sea of millions of other sellers, the real game is making sure your shop is the one that buyers not only find, but remember and come back to. So how on earth do you do that?
Well, the answer is all about getting ahead of the curve. Seriously, it's not about jumping on a trend that's already everywhere. The real secret sauce is figuring out where buyer attention is heading next and being there to meet them. That is how you get an edge. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the big picture, the Etsy challenge itself. Then I'm going to hand you a complete trend spotting toolkit. After that, we get to the fun stuff, the 2026 design forecast. And don't worry, we'll ground all that in how to make money from reliable evergreens. And to finish it all off, a strategic blueprint to turn all these ideas into action. Okay, first up, let's just talk about the Etsy challenge. It's all about standing out in a very, very crowded marketplace. We have to acknowledge it. Etsy is competitive, but you know what? That's exactly why having a smart strategy is so incredibly powerful. So how do we actually tackle that challenge? Well, let's build your trend spotting toolkit. I want you to think of these as the 5 essential pillars of insight. Get these right, and you're building your shop on solid ground. Okay, this right here, this is the entire system laid out. It's like a feedback loop. You start with what people are actually searching for, your keywords. Then you match that with the right look and feel, the aesthetics. You anchor your shop with reliable bestsellers, you look to the future with external reports, and you cash in on predictable moments with seasonal demand. Master all 5 of these, and you've got a massive advantage. Now, to really nail those keyword trends, you've got to have the right tools. I'm talking about powerhouses like Marmalade, eRank, and Etsy Hunt. These things give you the hard data on what real people are typing into that search bar. It completely takes the guesswork out of your SEO. And just look at this. This is why keywords are so critical. Look at the sheer scale of these spikes from just 1 month, August. Halloween shirt searches are up over 13,000%. Moss wall art, even higher. This is proof of the incredible power of getting your seasonal stuff listed early before that huge wave of demand crashes in. Okay, now we get to my favorite part, the 2026 design forecast. We're talking about the styles that are going to shape your sales. Let's get visual and explore the aesthetics that are going to be driving all those clicks and conversions. First up, we have a trend called Chateau Core. Think romantic, dreamy escapism. It's like old-world glamour, but made for today's handmade items. It's detailed, it feels intentional, it feels luxurious. That vibe, that sense of craftsmanship, it immediately justifies a higher price point for things like jewelry or really elegant home decor. Next, something called minimalism. And no, that's not a typo. It's minimalism, but with a pop of personality. You start with that clean, neutral base, but then you add one standout element. A splash of bold color, a really unique shape, something with an interesting texture. It's so versatile and it feels super current without being intimidating at all.
So here's what that actually looks like in a real shop. For apparel, think of a simple t-shirt with a single, bold line art graphic. For home decor, it's that one abstract print that makes a whole neutral room come alive. The key is that it's just one statement piece, which makes the trend feel really accessible and perfect for everyday items.
All right, our next trend is the literary girl aesthetic. And you can definitely thank Book Talk for this one, because it has absolutely blown up. This is so much more than just books. It's a whole lifestyle that feels sentimental, clever, and, most importantly for us sellers, it is extremely giftable. And the reason this trend has so much power is that it's all about identity. As this quote says, people love products that reflect their own intellect, their own sense of nostalgia. So when you're selling in this niche, you're not just selling an object. You're selling a piece of your customer's self-image, and that's powerful. And now for something completely different, Galactic Metallic. This is this super high-shine, bold mix of Y2K nostalgia, that's year 2000 nostalgia, and futuristic vibes. It's reflective, it's youthful, and it is designed to stop someone scrolling on their social media feed. This trend is absolutely perfect for grabbing attention and driving those impulse buys, especially with younger shoppers. Okay, so new trends are exciting, they're flashy, but a truly successful shop needs a solid foundation. And that brings us to profiting from evergreen bestsellers. This is your foundation for reliable, consistent income.
These categories right here, these are the heavy hitters. They deliver year in and year out. We're talking personalized jewelry, digital downloads for things like weddings, home decor, clothing, and of course, pet accessories. These are your reliable moneymakers. The real magic happens when you apply a new trend, like minimalism, to an evergreen category, like home decor. That's how you innovate on something that's already a proven winner.
All right, we've covered the what and the why. Now it's time for the how. Let's build your strategic blueprint and turn all these trends into action. This is where the rubber meets the road.
You know what the pros do? They have a calendar for this stuff. You can't wait for trends to just show up. So in November and December, you're on the lookout for reports from Adobe and Pantone. By January, you're diving deep into what Pinterest and Canva are forecasting. This kind of proactive research is what keeps you ahead of the game all year long.
And this table right here, this brings everything we've talked about into one simple, repeatable system. First, you use tools like eRank to optimize your listings with the right keywords. Next, you use the aesthetic forecast we talked about to refresh your visuals so they feel fresh and current. And finally, you use those big picture trend reports to strategically plan your new products. See, it's a continuous cycle. Listen, adapt, and plan.
So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. You don't have to chase every single trend that comes along. The real goal is to strategically integrate the right ones to build a shop that is both current and resilient, blending those fresh, new ideas with a stable, reliable foundation.
And that brings us right to the final question I want to leave you with. After everything we've covered, from the romance of Chateau Core to the boldness of Galactic Metallic, which one of these 2026 trends are you going to build on first? It's time to start planning.